Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Ash Hilton, a UK medical school admissions tutor. And what I'm about to show you is one of the videos from my online course for how you can get into your top choice medical school. For any of the PDFs or resources that we talk about, just head to futuredoc.co. And if you want to see some regular videos, I'll be posting weekly videos on here on my YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe in the bottom corner. And that said, enjoy. Hey, and welcome back. How did you get on with the last lesson? Did you manage to arrange your own work experience yet? Did you contact any hospitals? If this is your first run through of the course, don't worry. This is a step that you can do once you have a better idea of the whole process. Just remember, the sooner you start, the easier it will be. I'm really excited to teach you the following lesson. The medical school you choose is such an important part of the entire process, and I'm so glad to share with you our own exclusive 7-step process for choosing your medical school, as well as our amazing medical school comparison tool that allows you to search schools by category or compare them side by side. How can you know you are picking the right medical school for you? First, you need to know what is best for you. It's important to identify your own values and see how they align with the potential universities. If you have any hobbies that a certain city has great facilities for, that would be a great candidate. Remember, you have to live in the city as well as study there. It's therefore really important that you like the city as much as the course that it offers. It helps to know what universities you'd like to apply to ahead of time, because then you can tailor your application towards this. The main difference between medical school is the style of teaching and possibly the prestige and attitude that comes with it. Make sure that you get the prospectus of every university you are considering attending. You can do this by looking at their website and downloading the prospectus as a PDF. Most medical schools have the first 2 years of pre-clinical studies, which is mainly the non-hospital-based lecture-style lessons where you learn physiology and anatomy. The last 3 years are clinical years, which are mainly hospital and community practice based, in which you're mainly shadowing senior doctors and practicing the basics of taking a history and examining patients. There are broadly 3 styles which universities teach their students. These are traditional, problem-based, and integrated learning. Look in depth into which of these styles you think you would prefer, and be sure to know exactly which one each university uses when you are interviewing there, so that you can give sensible reasons for why you would like to study there. Again, this goes back to knowing yourself and knowing what you are more individually suited to. Are you a person who doesn't learn well in lectures? Are you more driven to go away and teach the material yourself? Or do you prefer being heavily guided? I have attached a PDF below that describes the different teaching styles of each university and compares the advantages and disadvantages of each style. Some universities offer dissection of cadavers. Do you think you could handle this? And is it something you would rather experience or avoid? The rest of the universities do something called prosection, where you watch somebody else dissect a body and then they explain what they're doing as they go along. Every course in the UK offers what they call an elective placement. This is where you choose a specialty anywhere in the world that you would like to see. It's an amazing opportunity to travel and see how medical systems work in different or less privileged countries. You could go to the Amazon rainforest to study a rare tropical disease, or even go to the leading unit in the world on a particular area of interest. Let me introduce you the 7-step process for picking your medical school. Number 1, have you got the grades? Are you likely to get the grades? Grades are almost non-negotiable. If your previous grades aren't good enough to get in, don't bother wasting an application spot on them. However, if your past grades are good and you have always dreamed of, for example, let's say, going to Oxford University, maybe an offer from them will be the driving force that you need to make sure that you achieve those high grades, higher than you ever thought possible. Interviews are pretty much unavoidable. At present, the only university that doesn't interview is Edinburgh. However, look at our medical school comparison tool, which will stay up to date as these may change. Number 2, location and interests. If you have any hobbies that a certain city has great facilities for, remember, you have to live there as well as study there. It's important that you like to live in the city as much as study the course. Number 3, course structure and teaching style. Which way would you like to work? What type of course would you like? Then, within that, what type of style of teaching would you prefer? Number 4, would you like to intercalate? And are you particularly interested in a certain science for which that university offers a particular BSc? Number 5, cost. International school fees are expensive and varied. Everybody comes out with the same medical degree at the end of the day. Is the name really worth the price tag? Number 6, if you can, visit the university. You won't be sure it's the right place for you until you really get a feel for it by going there. The university will regularly host what they call open days. These are days when the university allows people to come and visit and host talks to show people exactly what life is like at that particular university. Check their individual websites and search open days to find this. If you're travelling from abroad, try to combine this with your work experience, for example. This will save you 2 trips. And finally, ask yourself, do they require BMAT or UKCAT? These are the aptitude tests that we'll discuss later. If you aren't sure which university to pick for your final choice, and all your other remaining choices are UKCAT, consider very carefully if you want to spend the extra time having to revise for a university that requires BMAT. This is an extra expense and more time to prepare for another exam. It's fine to do both exams, but make sure that you're not compromising your time, and especially not making yourself do an extra exam for something that you weren't really interested in, especially if it's your 4th choice. I'd like you to check out the following resources to help you select the right medical school for you. We have compiled almost all of the information you will need to know about each university to help you decide. You will be able to compare medical schools side by side, filter them out by selecting certain criteria. There's also information regarding some of the key differences for international students applying to the UK. Remember, you can only apply to up to 4 medical schools at once. The competition is fierce for international students, and you need all the information you can to get everything right about your application. This is why you need this course to give you the edge over the competition. Talk to each medical school in depth so that you know you're picking the right medical school that suits your specific circumstances the best. Some universities take on more international students than others. They will usually tell you their figures for previous years, which will give you an idea of likely how many students they will take on from abroad. Some also favour countries with less opportunities to study medicine in their own country. I think the most important thing is to speak to the medical school of which you are thinking of applying to. They will recommend the way that offers the best chance of getting in. This may be via their foundation course or their pre-med course. In recent times, there are more private universities starting that are more suited to students applying from abroad. These are Aston University, the University of Buckingham, and the University of Central Lancashire, aka UCLan. These are almost exclusively for international students. See the course's PDF for more information. For specific information about qualifications and learning English, we have provided you with the following links for you to look at. How about if I've not studied the correct science subjects in school? Well, don't worry, there are still a few options. You can apply for a course that offers a pre-med year. You can apply for an access course, or you could attempt to attend a college that allows you to perform the right A-levels in just 1 year. Make sure you don't confuse access courses with pre-med courses. Pre-med means that you've already been accepted to and will study at that university and will progress to the medical course so long as you pass your pre-med year. Access courses, on the other hand, are studied at colleges and do not offer any guarantee of gaining access to medical school. So how did you find this lesson? Do you feel any closer to choosing the medical school that's right for you? Download all the available resources and take time to go through all the options and decide which school seems to resonate more with your personality and personal preferences. I hope you're excited. You are so close to knowing where you're going to start your medical career. See you in the next lesson.
I hope you enjoyed that video and found it really useful with loads of actionable tips that you can use to get into your top choice medical school. I'll be posting weekly videos, so make sure you subscribe in the bottom corner. And if there's anything that you want to see from the video, like resources or PDFs, just head to futuredoc.co and you can find everything there. Thanks a lot and take care.